Hey, it's James Raby. We have to say something here, but I don't want to say much. Thanks for listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show Radio On Demand podcast. Love you. TikTok, it's just a mess, and it is. You know, I love being on it. I have a lot of particular things I enjoy, but this, I think, is pretty awesome, and she can do it because of TikTok. Hi, it's James Raby. It's the Y105 FM Early Morning Show, Smile of the Day. Sarah Sustek is being hailed as a hero because she's paying off a bunch of lunch debt. She wrote a $1,000 check to one school. Her followers are sending more money to her Venmo account so she can continue paying off school lunch debts. So early in the year and already happening. You are listening to Y105 FM's Early Morning Show.
This is Y105.
105 FM Early Morning Show. My name is James Raby, and what kind of day are we going to have today? I bet you're saying to yourself, I bet it's going to be rainy, drippy, and cold. And the answer is, after Election Day, we are looking forward to rainy and warmish, high around 67. Yeah. Anyway, it's Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. It is time for the, Wednesday. So it's Am I the Jerkhead Crapface Day? Am I a jerkhead crapface for walking out of my husband's birthday party after he started laughing at me? I, female 32, just completed my treatment for a medical issue that affected my body. I'd gained weight due to this medical condition and also medication, and none of my old clothes were fitting anymore. I bought new fitting clothes, but for my husband's birthday party, he asked me to wear one of my old dresses that was one of his favorites. Oh, sure, to appease him, I said yes, although I didn't feel comfortable wearing it, especially after the weight gain. This is already not making me thrilled. He was at the restaurant with his family and friends when I arrived with my sister. As soon as he saw me walking in, he busted out laughing, pointed at the dress, and was going hysterical, saying, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." I felt so incredibly mad, especially when the others started laughing as well. One of his friends started whistling in a mocking tone. I turned around instantly and walked out. My sister followed me. I went home and cried a little, but he kept calling nonstop. He came home and started talking about how oversensitive I was and that it was just a natural reaction he had upon seeing me in the dress again after all this time. He said I overreacted and made a scene over nothing. Well, isn't that always the way? He couldn't possibly have done something bad, right? She had to be the one that overreacted. Yeah, he was, quote, caught off guard. So I shouldn't blame him for his reaction. Because he's not in charge of himself, apparently. He's two. He also said I ruined his birthday and urged me to get therapy for this oversensitivity that I'm inflicting upon him. How do you suppose he'd react if she told him to get therapy, huh? Did I overreact? He's so upset. Am I the jerkhead crapface? Oh, no. I say you're not. And we're going to just launch off your comments. You can call now, 507-292-1053. 507-292-1053. From Facebook, Tasha, Bonnie, and Amy are all kind of on the same path here. You need to say goodbye to this loser. What a jerk face. Time to dump that idiot. And Amy Jean keeps it simple. Divorce. I can't imagine this is the first time he's done this. If he's so comfortable laughing at you like that, oh yeah, that's the pits. Makes me angry. It is Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. What do you think? Let me know now.
Business owners, the first impression you make with a potential...
James Raby on the Y105 FM Early Morning Show. Am I the jerkhead crapface for walking out of my husband's birthday party after he started laughing at me? You see, he asked her to wear a specific dress, and because of some medical stuff, she's gained more weight than she's comfortable with, but she wore the dress because it's his favorite dress. And then as soon as she arrived at his party, there's at a restaurant, he started laughing at her, pointing at her. All his friends joined in. She walked out. And on our Facebook page, Jennifer said, not the jerkhead crapface. Any good husband would know she was sensitive on the subject. If they communicated at all, he would know it was a sore point. Laughing at her in public like others did, that's just awful. The only way he wouldn't be the jerkhead crapface is if she somehow concealed her discomfort and never once mentioned or let on how uncomfortable she was. Not that it would have been avoided, not that it would have avoided the potential conflict, but she would have stood her ground on the clothing she had bought for the occasion. Kim said, he is beyond a jerkhead crapface, not you. He is a beep, beep. Can I say that? Well, you can. I just can't say it on the air, Kim. Oh, boy. Election results next in the Y105 FM Early Morning Show News Minute.
This is Y105 FM.
Election results from yesterday's race. Says, good morning, I'm James Raby. It's the Y105 FM Early Morning Show News Minute. Tim Walz won re-election, as did Mayor Kim Norton. Other results, Cook, Workman, Marvin, and Nathan won with large margins for the Rochester Public School Board. Keene, Wall, and Palmer won their city council elections. See way more results on the Y105 FM app. Also on our app this morning, Austin man pleads guilty in case involving young Rochester girl. Rochester Police Department, $6,000 in property stolen in Rochester residential burglary. And see the boneless ribeye roast Costco selling for over $1,000. That'll replace the turkey. And the rabies shot. Doughhead tries to get out a ticket by impersonating her daughter. A Florida police officer recently arrested a woman who told police she did not have a driver's license and then gave them the name and birthday of her 23-year-old daughter. The doughhead is 43. Her daughter's 23, and the police were a bit suspicious, but they looked at her daughter's driver's license picture and instantly knew the difference. But it was true. The doughhead was driving without a license. Breaking the cardinal rule. When you're being a doughhead, when you're breaking the law, you gotta lay low. It's as though that part of school was missed entirely. In English class, I think. Rain on and off today. High should be 67. Y105 FM weather for tonight. More rain possible, a low 63. And then tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms. We're going to hit a high around 65, around 10 or so. And then it'll keep on dropping to about 43. Yeah, it's going to cool off. You betcha. But we knew that was coming. Again for today, rain on and off and 67. It is drippy and 52. How to win a trip to New York to hang out with the Backstreet Boys in less than 6 minutes here on the Y105 FM Early Morning Show. Looking out of my husband's birthday party after he started laughing at me. Hi, it's James Raby. Good morning. It is the Y105 FM Early Morning Show. And the Wednesday's always, what would you say Wednesday? Although usually we finish this conversation before we get to this time. I realized there's no reason that you should be left out of this awesomeness. She's a 32-year-old female that just completed treatment for medical issues that affected her body. She gained a bunch of weight, and she does have clothes that fit now. She bought some, but her husband asked her to wear a special dress for his birthday party at a restaurant or something. It was his favorite dress back in the day. And so she did it, even though she wasn't comfortable with how much weight she'd gained and how she looked in that dress. She thought she looked awful. Well, she got to the restaurant and, quote, he was at the restaurant with his family and friends when I arrived with my sister. As soon as he saw me walking in, he busted out laughing, pointed at the dress, and was going hysterical, saying, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I felt incredibly mad, especially when the others started laughing as well. So he took off. She took off, rather. She's out of there. She went home, and he kept calling her, but she had a little cry over it, and she was done. He came home and started talking about how oversensitive she was. It's a natural reaction that I had. He said, quote, I overreacted and made a scene over nothing. He was caught off guard, so I shouldn't blame him for his reaction. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So much awfulness. So much. Because it couldn't possibly be him doing something wrong and admitting it. That would be a nice birthday gift to himself, admitting that he's got issues. And everyone is against this dude. No one's saying, well, it might have been funny. You don't know. We know. And obviously this guy is way more of a jerk, right, than just this little bit. No one is married any amount of time to someone that is like that once. Nah, it's a bunch of times. Christine answered on the Facebook page, the Y105 FM Facebook page. He's the one that needs to apologize and possibly therapy. He's trying to convince you that you're the problem, when in reality, it was his behavior and actions that caused all of it. Booyah! Also, bingo. You did not ruin his birthday. He did. Any true man would not have been reacting that way. Sorry this happened to you. And then Crystal said, did you marry a child? He busted out laughing. He pointed at the dress and was going, oh my gosh. My fiance would punch his loser friends right in the face for making fun or mocking me. I think it's time to find a real man because clearly you're married to a childish boy. Well, and isn't that what that kind of personality type is? They're just children, not very smart children, and they just bluster their way through, and they couldn't possibly be their fault. Yeah. I'm not saying you should go to the divorce route that almost everyone always suggests with that kind of person. But I'm not suggesting it. The 8 a.m. All Music Hour coming up next on Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. This is another in the continuing adventures of James Raby Show. Hi, I'm James Raby. Thanks for hanging out every single weekday morning starting around 7:55. We kick off the 8 a.m. All Music Hour. Now, Ashley Dowes from Family Service Rochester is hanging out with me this morning because we have just entered the season of seasonal affective disorder. We just went through a time change, and is that going to affect people that deal with this?
Yeah, so when we experience the shifts in light, especially where we live, where it is dark when you get up and dark when you maybe get home from your day of work, we can definitely experience shifts in our mood. Most folks identify feeling low energy and feeling tired, like they get into bed earlier, and have some of those symptoms that would connect to depression.
Right.
However, having those shifts in mood doesn't necessarily mean that you have depression. It's very normal to have the what's called the winter blues as the time changes, as our world goes from super colorful in summer and fall to that space between it snows. Winter in general can be hard because of the holiday season that many of folks in this area celebrate. So the markers of true seasonal affective disorder, depression with a seasonal pattern, is that it usually starts late fall. It's connected to one season typically, and you experience it more than 2 years. But it gets better with the next season. Mm-hmm. So if you find yourself, from November to March feeling a bit lower or low energy, or maybe just not engaging in social activities or things of that nature, like typical, that could be some markers for seasonal affective depression. Or
and what's the official name for it now? It's changed, hasn't it?
Yeah, so it is depressive disorder with seasonal pattern,
which I think makes total sense. That's much better than seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah, a lot of folks. And it's often called commonly SAD. But there are ways to combat this, to be preventative, and then also manage it throughout our beautiful winter months.
This is Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. That's Ashley Dowes from Family Service Rochester. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll talk to you again 1 week from today.
We could talk about how complicated other banks are.
What has the world come to? Hi, it's James Raby. It's Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. If you want to check election results, go ahead right now on the Y105 FM app. They're all up there. Eggnog thief pleads the Fifth Amendment. What? Well, in Wichita Falls, Texas. Hey, we got a guy who works here from Wichita Falls. Aaron, I think I found your cousin. Anyway, the doughhead entered a United supermarket before stuffing a bottle of eggnog in his waistband. He fought with store security guards and refused to give the police his name and pleaded the Fifth Amendment. He doesn't want to self-incriminate. Officers hauled him to jail and charged him with theft and a probation violation. Dude, you're on probation, and you messed around and you found out. We need a whole list here. All the doughheads that tried to mess around and then they found out. And yes, I know that I'm not saying the right phrase, because the right phrase, the correct phrase, would make me lose my job. You're listening to Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. Michelle gives you a chance to win the Backstreet Boys big prize, the BSB and Me and NYC. Yeah, meet the Backstreet Boys just after 2 o'clock.
This is Y105 FM.
Hey, it's James Raby. Thank you so much for listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show Radio On Demand podcast. I hope you'll subscribe and tune in Monday through Friday between 6 and 10 for more fun than you can shake a stick at.